Kevin Tracker figured he could continue to swindle Wendy Williams, yet the appointed authority expressed music. In spite of losing in court against his ex, Wendy Williams, Kevin Tracker seems to need to continue to battle her until he gets her cash, which has rankled the public following the battle of her life. Last year, Wendy Williams was sued by her ex, Kevin Tracker, who needed a greater amount of his ex's cash. So he recorded a claim requesting Wendy keep paying provision in spite of her being jobless, and gestured 100 control of her well-deserved abundance. Kevin Tracker's craving for Wendy to keep making provision installments was denied by the couple's separation judge, who likewise expressed that Wendy's monetary watchman wouldn't be expected to continue to cut Kevin's support checks. Kevin's solicitation was considered not eminent by the appointed authority, who requested his application to be excused without bias. Kevin had additionally looked for that Wendy pays his lawyer charges, which the superb court declined. Kevin's activities probably been clear to the adjudicator, who was requesting that his wiped-out spouse pay him his family and the lawyer cash that she didn't be guaranteed to owe him. While most people would have surrendered subsequent to hearing the appointed authority's choice, Kevin's battle for Wendy's installments is a long way from done. While the appointed authority expressed that his support installment request isn't dire, he can in any case take his case to intervention. The court said the gatherings are to partake in restricting discretion the issues encompassing the severance installments and the certified homegrown relations request are questioned, and thusly should be intervened. This implies he can in any case sue Wendy. And for a man like him, he will unquestionably sue her again. Tracker sees getting divorce settlement early last year, soon after Williams' contract with Talk WWE lapsed in November. He documented a movement to restart those installments. He expressed he had gone behind on his bills and was presently residing in a perplexing that required mortgage holder affiliation installments, which he was likewise behind, and he guaranteed that on the off chance that the mortgage holder's affiliation costs were not paid, dispossession would happen soon, and that his collision protection had not been paid on the grounds that he had not accepted his month-to-month severance cash, and behind on visa installments. Since I have no cash since the severance installments were suspended, my life has been significantly impacted since Wendy quit pursuing installments under our repayment arrangement. Kevin said the way that I can't support my life and cover my bills altogether is very rising to me. I can't take care of my bills. Day my everyday residing, he further mourned. We should remember that this man not just gone behind his better half's back with another lady, yet he additionally got the other woman pregnant and had the option to keep her excellent of life by utilizing Wendy's cash. When Wendy eventually decided to separate from him, he was unable to relinquish her cash and convinced her to pay him provision, which he used to help his new family. The ex-couple had a youngster yet when he was the person who covered her child's bills, while additionally giving her ex cash to really focus on his new wife and girl. Tragically, when he encountered monetary and medical issues and couldn't keep supporting her ex and his family, keeping them from acquiring provision, regardless of all that Wendy had accomplished for him, Kevin went to court and sued her and her monetary group for not paying him his month-to-month wage support cash. Williams Group raced to her help, asserting that she experienced a monetary misfortune because of her suspension from her television show, and that she ceased accepting her check in October 2021, which implied she needed more cash to pay him for X. Additionally perceived and concurred that any severance installment will be liable to one or the other retraction or change on the off chance that Wendy's agreement was not reestablished or generally suspended, dropped, or ended. How did the blustery show end? It finished due to the carelessness of her creation organization. Concerning acknowledging how serious her well-being was, he probably neglected the support contract, which specified that in the event that Wendy's agreement with her program was suspended or dropped, she would stop paying him divorce settlement, which is the reason when she was suspended from her show, she quit paying him on June 14th. It was uncovered her show was formally dropped and the last episode broadcasted on Friday, June 17th. The Wendy Williams show's last unique episode will run on Friday, June 17th, with a video recognition. To the famous host, a show delegate expressed the series reaches a conclusion following 13 effective years. In partnership, Wendy ultimately lost the Wendy Williams program following a drawn-out break because of clinical issues, as recently detailed by various news sources. After the last episode of the show broadcasted, she expressed farewell to her armies of admirers. Wendy has experienced Graves' disease and hyperthyroidism beginning around 2003, as well as moderation following her separation from her ex, prompting her admission to a recuperation office in 2019. As per sources, her drinking dependence was extreme to such an extent that she needed to burn through 2 months in a Malibu, California facility for serious liquor addiction. Wendy had recently guaranteed she was level-headed. However, she had various public episodes with liquor, which drove her to look for treatment for serious liquor abuse. Somebody who by knew her discussed her recovery stay and showed that Wendy was being treated for serious liquor abuse. She has had various specialists who have told her for quite a long time, if you drink, you'll kick the bucket. She never truly needed to follow on individuals around her in New York, permitted all of her drinking, despite the fact that Wendy is still in chronic frailty. Kevin Tracker seems dead set on suing her. Until she pays him her cash, Kevin was not even humiliated when his child was constrained out of his condo. And on second thought of helping his child, he was in the middle of sucking cash from his child's mom. As per court filings, Wendy's child, Kevin Jr., was banged with a claim looking for north of $70,000 in neglected lease for non-installment on the Florida house. Wendy paid an entire year's lease ahead of time, as well as a security store and different expenses, as per a duplicate of Kevin Jr.'s rent contained in the removal request. Wendy had spent more than $100,000 on the loft for her child for the primary year of the rent, which started in spring of 2021, with Ken make them consent to lease the level consistently. After the rent time frame lapsed, Kevin Jr. guaranteed that he needed to leave his Florida foundation for a full scholastic year because of his mom's sickness concerns. When I moved in, my mother leased the condo for me, paying for an entire year in addition to security. As the rent moved toward the end, my mother drove through some medical problems that put the court in charge of her funds. Kevin made sense of the rent, which terminated in February 2022. That's what Kevin Jr. guaranteed, in spite of the fact that his name was on the rent. It was his mom who paid for itself, and who kept on paying for it. However, because of clinical and legitimate reasons, she has been not able to pay the lease for as long as months since the 1-year rent lapsed, and the court has assumed command over her funds. Wendy's just youngster likewise expressed that he had gone through the beyond while going to and fro between states to mind his mom's prosperity, adding that he was ousted since everything occurred so suddenly.